Yo, what's up everyone? So, I got a set of coilovers sent out to me by Maxpeedingrod. And I'm going to be putting them on my $500 Mustang that I have that I haven't shown you guys. But if you follow my TikTok, you have seen it. And yeah, hopefully they ride pretty good. So, these are the coils. You got the front here, and front here, and then you have the back there and the back over here. But the backs are kind of different on a Mustang. As you can tell, the backs don't actually have the spring on them like the fronts do. The backs actually have this piece that sits where your stock spring goes, and then this spring goes on top of it like that. These, the locking, well, I don't know what you call it, but the locking mechanism, I guess, starts up here. But I spun mine all the way down because, you know, trying to slam this hoe a little bit. And I can always adjust it up when needed. So I guess I'm going to start by throwing in the back, because it's going to be, well, throwing on the spring and this coil part on the back because the rear end's out of the car. And I'm currently working on swapping my rear end from my other GT into this one because I wrecked my first Mustang, my 94 GT convertible with the 5.0 HO, which is the exact same car I'm pretty much swapping into. Ooh, my nose is a little bloody. But yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys the process of actually putting in the back springs. And then I might start on the front as I swap the rear end in, which will probably be out before this because can't really drive the car if I don't have the rear end to show you guys how they actually ride. So let's get out there and start putting these backs in. So as you can see, I already have the old springs out, which just go here. They lay on that and sit up there. As you can tell, the whole rear end's out. I need to swap the brakes around as well on it because I have big brakes on the other car. And also I've drilled and slotted rotors. But this is crazy. Look at the difference between the stock spring and the new one. That's a big difference. So hopefully this should lower the car a decent amount. So I think I'm going to start on this side because I'm already over here. So let me set you guys up and let's get to it. Okay, here we are. So, oh, I need to push this tire back a little bit actually so I can sit properly. Okay, now that you guys are set up and can actually see what I'm doing, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, this is my first time doing this, pretty sure this just sits down on here like this, but, oh, caliper's kind of in the way. So I'm pretty sure this kind of just sits down on here like that. Or does it go the other way? I think it goes... No, it would have to go this way for the adjustment. This, the spring, you just take it, put it down on there like that. And this arm would need to move up. Oh, don't drop that, please. Because it's held on by friction. And once this is up like that, where the rear end would sit, sorry if I'm in the way, this would sit up and tuck up like that. So I might have to wait till I have the rear end or the jack to do this properly, because this hangs down way too low, because this would need to sit like that, which I may have to raise it a little bit, but you guys get the gist of it. So I guess I'll have to wait to put in the back till the what is it? Till the rear end's actually in. So that's a little bit of a bummer. But you guys know how that sits now. So I'll definitely have to wait to do that. And to put in the rear shocks and everything. Because I'll have to wait till the rear end's in. But I guess that just means that we can move on to the front. So let's go ahead and switch to the front and get this car jacked up. Hey, so it's been a while since I've actually recorded the last clip, and I've ended up actually getting the rear end in the car and the rear coils in. Sorry I didn't actually show you guys how to install them exactly, but I told you how to get the rear springs in, and if you took out the rear shocks, then you would have known how to get the coil actually in. But let me show you a quick on how low the car actually got. So this is a car. It's got some stocks on the rear because I need to get some actual tires for it, but it is pretty low now. I'll insert a clip of comparing this to my mom's 97 GT, which is a lot higher. And I'll also insert a clip of a little burnout I did in this car. Well, my dad, because the car currently doesn't have rear brake pads in it. It only has fronts right now, which I still need to install the front coilovers, which I'm going to show you how to do today. But yeah, let me show you those clips. Alright, go. This one's for Mom. Okay, now that you've seen those, let's go ahead and position our jack under the car on the rear brace that this car has right there, and start jacking it up to get the wheel off. So let me get the jack in position and I'll be right back. Now that you got your jack in position, you just want to go ahead and start jacking the car up. Get the tire off the ground. Make sure your jack's still in a good position. Make sure your car is not going to fall. Keep jacking her up. You want it decently up there. Then you have to drop a few of the suspension components. And go ahead and throw a block or something under it just in case it falls. Then you can go ahead, get your flathead and pop off the little centerpiece if it wants to come off for me. Which it should, but it's not wanting to for some reason. There we go. That piece looks a little broken. Then you're gonna go ahead and figure out what size socket you need for your lug nuts and bust them off. After you got the right size socket, just go ahead and pop all your lug nuts off without hopefully getting them stuck, but this one is. So that's just awesome. So I'll get back to you once I actually get this wheel off, because this socket got stuck. Well, the lug nut got stuck. So I'll be back once I'm ready to get this off. Okay, now that you got your lug nuts off, after all of them getting stuck in the socket, you can just go ahead and pull your wheel off. Move that out of the side, well, off to the side. And then you can actually get in here to undo the strut bolts, which look different from my other car, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so after you go ahead and get the nut off that holds this bracket on, keep the line there, and the other nuts that actually hold the strut on, you want to go ahead and get your jack, put it under your control arm and jack it up, so then you relieve the tension off of the strut. And then you can go ahead and unbolt the 3 bolts that are up here and drop it down, and then hopefully be able to pull out the strut and put the new one in. Let's hope. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the jack in place and get the top bolts unbolted. Just want to go ahead and zip off these 3. That's 2. Got that off. You can go ahead and just lift the little plate off. And as you can see, there's motion, well, movement for the suspension to adjust your camber, which this plate kind of allows it, I guess. Yeah, it does. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get the 2 bottom bolts completely out, and then we can hopefully get this strut out. So I'll be back when I got that out. Oh my god. Okay, so finally got the spring out. Oh my god. I don't really have any tips to get out the spring, besides it's a pain in the ass. I think this might stay in there, yeah. But yeah, I did have to unbolt the sway bar, but that's easy. I kind of need to get this up. It's starting to rain as well, but I'm gonna at least get this side on, and then I'll continue another day for the other side, because I'm exhausted. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this coilover in. Let's get it. So I got the coilover in. Everything's all bolted up, ready to throw the wheel on. My bad that I didn't show you guys how to actually like put this in, but it's pretty simple if you took out the other ones. You just line up the holes, line up the bottom, and then bolt everything back on. So yeah, I'll show you guys how to do the other side, but I'm gonna take a break, probably finish this another day, because oh my god, am I exhausted. But they look good. Too bad the car is kind of, yeah, but she'll get right eventually. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this wheel on and see where it's at in terms of height, and see if I want to adjust it or not. The back's kind of slammed, but yeah, we'll figure it out. Alright, so it's a new day, and where we left off, we got the driver's side coilover in. So we just need to go ahead and get the passenger's one in, but you guys already saw all that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and run a time lapse. So I went to do the time lapse on putting in the side's coilover, but I don't know what happened, and I think I might have accidentally deleted the video. So now I don't have a time lapse on that side. But it's pretty simple. You kind of just put it back on how you took it off. Besides getting out the spring, but yeah, I definitely recommend disconnecting the brake line that connects to the hub, because it would just allow you to drop the suspension down further. But I didn't want to bleed my brakes, so I didn't end up doing that. But I still got both coilovers out, and let me show you how the car is sitting. So this is how the car is currently sitting. It's 2.5 in the front, and well, honestly, I don't know what it is in the back, but you can just see how good the fitment is back here. If I could get different wheels and a wider tire to fill out the arch, maybe even roll the fenders, who knows about that. In the front, could use, well, pretty much just a wider tire as well, maybe lowered 1/2 inch. But, yeah, it's looking pretty good. Besides the mismatched wheels and the bad top and the ugly spoiler and these taillights. Because if you didn't know, these taillights come on the 94 and 95 Mustang GT, or just Mustang in general. And then the 96 to 98 have the vertical taillights, which I have on my other car. Same with the top, that I need to swap. And then I can get to sanding on this car, find some different wheels, paint it, and swap the top. And I want to get in here and also spray paint the trunk black, like I started doing on the door jambs, but it was greasy and stuff. So I need to go ahead and sand all that stuff down again. But I don't think I've shown you guys this interior. It's not terrible. Definitely needs some work, but I have everything I need pretty much except for that back panel in black. I have it in red. And I want to go ahead and repaint this roll bar. I'm thinking silver, but black would be cheaper. But who knows. But yeah, that's the car. Looks pretty good in my opinion, besides all the paint. I'm talking about the fitment. But yeah, you guys know what to do. If you guys liked the video, don't forget to drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what else you want to see done to this car. And maybe more Miata content, but I need to buy an ignition switch on that and some other stuff for it. But yeah, that's all for today. If you guys learned something, let me know. I know most people haven't actually done a good video on installing coilovers on these things, really. But yeah, that's it. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. See ya.